Yo, what is up, guys? So I have the new 2018 Nekroz, but they have a really broken play. So first off, really quick, because this duel is over in like 10 seconds. I have to explain this real quick. So the new DeviRituals, they basically just add another copy. So they basically replace themselves, and some of them will give you some free extra little advantage here. The Nekroz, you discard one to basically add something else. But what we're really here for is actually Zaborg. Zaborg actually opens up an insanely broken combo here. So what we're going to do is go +6, okay? Because remember, you start out with 5 cards in Yugioh. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and go super plus here. Now, the opponent will quit over here, but you're going to see the chain. Well, the deck is actually kind of in the way. But Herald of Arclight is going to let you add 1 ritual monster or 1 ritual spell, so it's obviously pretty good Nekroz. Now, when you send 3 copies of Totally Awesome has the effect to actually target a water monster in graveyard and re-add it back to your hand. All the Nekroz, you discard this one to add the monster, you discard this one to add a spell or trap, and then you just have Gungnir to make it so a Nekroz monster cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So you have a lot of outlet for just getting rid of certain cards. His opponent just quits immediately because he was about to go +6, and we already know what was going to happen here. Okay, it's GG's, alright? For the most part, unless, of course, your opponent has Exodia, that's way too much advantage to go +6 on turn 1. Now, I want to show you guys an actual duel here utilizing the deck, because a lot of people, they want to know how Nekroz plays in 2018, obviously during Link era. I haven't seen too many people really utilize them, but Yugioh is still one of the greatest cards, because that shuts down Links completely. In a deck like this, you definitely need Links, okay? But it's just going to completely shut down the opponent for the most part. The opponent still makes some pretty good plays, and you guys will see that here in a second. But, I mean, the amount of advantage that you're going to be able to get with that specific Zaborg play, insane. But I want to show you guys a duel here where it's not just a blowout instant win over here, but insane +6, dude, turn 1. Like, that is so unfair. But he goes ahead and makes a board load. Its effects are negated, obviously due to Yugioh, negating everything from the extra deck. So that includes all links, synchros, exceeds, pendulums. But, I mean, look at the advantage that Theo has over here. Shout out to my boy Theo for setting this in, by the way, because I've seen a few Nekroz players, but I just generally didn't have too much of a hard time against them. When I'm playing Tryhard, I'm playing Mermails, like right now, and it's pretty decent matchup for me. I wouldn't say it's like a very, very difficult matchup. It's not like I need the extra deck. And Yugioh is one of those like auto win cards against certain decks for sure. But he's got out the Gungnir, which is actually a pretty good effect because it has the effect we get to actually discard a Nekroz card, and then you get to target 1 card in the field and destroy it during either player's turn. So we have destroy anything during either player's turn if we happen to have a Nekroz card, and also you can discard this card to make it so a Nekroz can't be destroyed by battle by card effects this turn. So he's going to go ahead and activate the effect of the Dino Wrestler over here. It's a really popular card that's pretty much in every deck in the OCG right now. But anyways, you tribute itself to a Papa card, but he also had another card to stop it, which was one of the generic ritual cards that some people attack in ritual decks. So this has the effect where you can discard this card to negate the activation. Where he says, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effects that targets a monster, you discard it. Then also during either player's turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, you can return this card from the field to the hand, and then negate the special summon if you get to banish that monster. And because of the new DeviRitual stuff, you can just summon like anything. It's not like specific to DeviRitual or Impcantation monsters. We'll go over some of the new cards, but these got announced recently and I haven't had any footage of them, so it's really cool to see them in action. But we got the Boreal Sword out on the board, a really good comeback here, through with only 800 life points, but the amount of advantage that you can gain in this deck is insane. We've of course got the Impcantation Celebration, so this is the one card that I was talking about, where you can just summon whatever you want. So you can put some of these more obscure rituals in your deck because it's just kind of like, I would say, just generic ritual support, because you can summon any ritual monsters, but you have to tribute Impcantation monsters. Now in this instance, he destroyed his opponent's light monster, so it's just going to be super ultra GG. I mean, watch what he does over here. Alright, now it wasn't a blowout with Zaborg, but let's see what he was going to top deck out of this. He was going to top deck Shell Rocket Dragon, but nonetheless, it's going to go ahead and be game over here. Pretty big deck size indeed. Let me go ahead and show you guys the deck profile for this, in case any of you guys wanted to run. Now this is a 60 card variant, but there are some new cards that I did want to go over. There's Foolish Mash Burial, so you get to pay half your life points to send a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. which is really good. I mean, you have to pay half your life points, but that is search pretty much any card that you really need because, of course, Herald of Arclight is going to give you that ability to add a ritual monster or a ritual spell, or technically, with Totally Awesome, you're able to, of course, go for any of the Nekroz cards that you previously had gone for. Now, in the OCG, they have 2 Bryos, so this would be pretty decent in the OCG, although they only have 1 copy of Cycle. But due to, of course, some of the new ritual cards, like the Incantation Celebration, that's going to let you summon any ritual monster, which is really good. But it also has a bonus effect. If this card's in your graveyard, you can send an Incantation or DeviRitual, same thing. If I say Incantation or DeviRitual, they're essentially the same thing. One of them is a TCG name, one of them is an OCG name. But anyways, you send 1 Incantation card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, except for the Incantation Celebration, is supposed to summon 1 Incantation monster from your deck. Then add this card. Oh, gotta remove the text over here. Then you can add this card to your hand. You can only use this effect about once per turn. So that's super plus. You can special summon 1 monster from your deck, and then also add this card back to your hand. Completely balanced, Cap. But now we didn't see any of the Brilliant Fusion, but that obviously can extend your combo plays even further. I believe there was one instance with Trick Clown, which obviously has its utility to completely go off. Also utilizing one of the newer cards. This card is called Celestial Observatory. It had its name changed, just as a heads up, because I know it says the name on the top. But anyways, yeah, the new DeviRituals are basically just free extra cards. The Bookstone, so you reveal 1 ritual spell in your hand. You get special summon both this card and another Incantation monster from your deck. That's how you go so plus for free in the deck. Just really, really great generic ritual support. And then if it's special summoned from the deck, you get to actually target a ritual spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of it once per turn, only once that turn. You can't special summon monsters from the extra deck, which is an important thing in the DeviRituals. All of them have that effect, by the way, so I'm not going to go over that effect. But we also have the Pen Silver. So Pen Silver, you reveal a ritual monster, you special summon this and another Incantation monster from your deck, which can be all the other ones. But if this card is special summoned from the deck, you get to add a ritual monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is excellent. Pen Silver is so incredibly good in Nekroz, and that's what makes it so insane. But the +6 first turn with Zaborg, I'd almost want to make this deck more consistent and start putting everything at like 2s, because having the ability just to potentially go turn 1, you could throw in some Ash Blossoms here. You know, obviously, I mean, Ghost Ogre and Ash Blossom, but I say it as one word because it makes it faster. Sometimes, what is Ash Ogre? New card, man. But basically, just some extra hand traps, maybe Call by the Grave could be excellent. But when you pop off the board turn 1, dude, the +6s, again, it's 3 copies of Totally Awesome, and then obviously with the Nekroz, you're going to search them out with some of the other cards, but you just activate them, and then they'll give you basically a free extra bonus card with Totally Awesome. Or in chess can also be +1 because you're going to be popping another card. So you can just pop 3 cards, add 3 cards. It's so incredibly unfair to go +6. I don't really feel like there's anything that has that much consistency with this. But Zaborg has the effect, which I've pretty much covered Zaborg in a lot of videos. It's in a lot of cheese, which makes me think they might actually ban this card because so many cheesy things just get banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! We know Self-Destruct button, that card just got banned. There was one OCG player that was running it, but for the most part, like, that's not like a viable thing to tie the duel, right? But basically, guys, what the guy would do is he would basically tie multiple games and then win one. He would win one and then he would just tie the rest and then he'd get the win. Dude, that guy, #1 Yugioh villain right there. But anyways, you summon this card by tributing 1. You can tribute summon this by tributing 1 tributed monster, but it's usually going to be used not with that effect. But if this card is tribute summoned, you get to target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. Then if it was a light monster, which, you know, there are other targets for, we do have other targets. Some of the DeviRituals are also dark, which made me think, you know, there's some BLS in here. But anyways, you get to, if this card was, if this card was tributed by tributing a light monster, you get to add this additional effect. You get to choose the card. So basically, you're going to be able to pop all of your opponent's cards. You basically get to disrupt half of their extra deck, which is really good. And then on top of that, you're going to be able to send a bunch of cards to the graveyard. It's pretty unfair. But anyways, yeah, really good stuff indeed. But onwards with the deck profile real quick. We got 1 Gemini Garnet, 3 copies of Mega Monarch, Zaborg, 3 copies of basically all of the DeviRituals. Oh, this is another new card. I'll get into it when we get into it. But basically, they just search you out like another card and they special summon another one. But 3 copies of Book, 2 copies of Trick Clown, 3 copies of Senju, 3 copies of Manju, 3 copies of Candle. We got 3 copies of Pen Silva. Wait, they changed it to Pencil? But it's a pen! Why would they... Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, TCG for you guys. Totally awesome! Anyways, 2 copies of Trish, 3 copies of Valk. We got 2 copies of the Ancient and the Ascended card, which is the one where it's like when they target it, you can go ahead and negate. But then also, in addition to that, because like they have to get rid of Unicore. Unicore is a card that just shuts down. Actually, in the OCG, what is it at? It's still at 1. It's one of those powerful cards for sure. And then we have Chalice Slime. So Chalice Slime is another one of the newer cards. So you can ritual summon this with Incantation Celebration. You reveal this card in your hand, and then you discard 1 card. And if you do, special summon 1 Incantation from your deck. And then during the end phase, this turn, you lose 2,500 life points if you do not special summon a ritual monster after activating this effect. So, it gives you extra potential just to push. And then, because that wasn't enough, this card actually has a bonus effect. You can send 1 Incantation card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, then target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So, it has a lot of utility. So, it lets you push, and then on top of that, you have that ability to have that extra pop, which I really like, because the incantations are, I would say, relatively free. Then we have 2 copies of Gungnir, 1 Bryo, 1 Unicore, 3 copies of Call of Solace, 1 Foolish Mass Burial, 3 copies of Celestial Observatory, 3 copies of Prep, 2 Mirror, 2 Kaleidoscope, 3 copies of Celebration, 2 Cycle, 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion for the extra deck. We got the Chimera Rafflesia, we've got, of course, your Gem Knight Fusion target, and we got 3 copies of Chess, Quasar, Star Eater, Shooting Star, Omega, 3 copies of Arclight, and 3 copies of Totally Awesome. But basically, you just need these. This card can technically reset one of your heralds, so that's the only important part. Obviously, you want to play these as well in this. This, I honestly don't think you can really make too good use of, to my knowledge. But I want to say there was something that worked with it. There is one card that works with one of them. I don't recall it off the top of my head, but there is some interaction with one of these. Like I said, I don't quite remember. Someone let me know in the comment section below. It's not like you guys saw it in the gameplay, so if anyone remembers it. I know that there's something with one of these. But anyways, thank you, Theo, for the plays, as well as the deck profile. Like I said, I think it would be cool to try to cut it down to a 40, perhaps. Let me know, guys, what you would add or cut out in the deck here. Because I think just trying to make it focus on some board plays, like, dude, you get that consistent turn 1 Zabord plus 6, insane, dude. But that is the Nekroz in 2018. With utilizing the new Incantation / DeviRituals. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the vid. If you did, drop a like on. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to see more new Yu-Gi-Oh decks in actions, like the new DeviRituals / the Incantations. But if you guys got any cool replays, feel free to send in, just like Theo. Shouts once again to you, homie. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one, and I'm out.